me behind my back. I wasn't there. It's still a gossip. When
It was not I trust you before even that
Rich,
my darling.
I don't rate
you can never be better than my average.
Just rest.
I know your race. Shilling and peanuts.
Guys, I think before we start this particular episode, before we start talking about it, there are some questions I think we need to answer. Number one, what is a gossip? Like, what is a gossip? Then number two, do you guys feel like Diadem's perception or Diadem's attitude towards Caroline is being orchestrated by the whole issue with Caroline and dabota? Let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section below. Yes, I'm going to give my thoughts about all this I've also asked you on this particular video. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Gozi and this is Chat with Gozi. Please, if you're yet to subscribe, kindly click on the subscription button and click on notification bell so you can get notified whenever I post any new video. Now, on this video, we're going to be talking about the Real Housewives of Lagos season 3 episode 10. Yes, and first things first, let's talk about the paintballing that these ladies went to do. I mean, it was fun. Yes, at first we saw that Caroline had said that she would not join the ladies to play. Yes, but after a while she had come to join them, and guys, dabota and Caroline were basically targeting themselves. Yes, and you guys know how that paintballing thing, that you guys know how painful that thing is. If you've played before, you know that at that point in time you will not feel anything. Now later you go feel this thing. Well, we had seen that dabota and Caroline were targeting themselves, and while that was going on, we had seen that Caroline in her confessionals has stated how she shot dabota twice on the face. Yes, it will not get to dabota because I mean dabota was wearing a helmet. Yes, they are all required to wear a helmet. So Caroline was talking about how she had wished it had actually touched her face. Yes, she had wished she was not wearing the helmet and all that. But generally, guys, this particular paintballing, it was fun. Yes, the girls, the ladies had fun, and I was glad that these ladies at least had fun without any drama. Now that I spoke about drama, let's really talk about the drama. But before we talk about the drama, I mean, dabota in her confessionals has stated that, I mean, she feels like Caroline is dealing from rejection from her previous marriage. Yes, and she feels like they can never be friends. Yes, and the later aspect of her saying that she feels like they can never be friends, I actually understand that. Maybe it's came up from the fact that these two ladies just fought. I mean, look at Miriam and Toyin, Tiana Empire, for example. They fought and Miriam doesn't even want to hear Tiana's name. And you know Tiana did not come back for this episode. Now, she doesn't want to hear Tiana's name, and for her, they cannot be friends again. Definitely, these ladies, when they finally sit down to talk about things, to trash out their issues, they will be friends. But technically, because they are still fighting, then you know that yes, they would say that they cannot be friends, at least during the duration of this their fight. Diadem, on the other hand, stated that for her, she feels like Caroline is sometimes hot and sometimes cold. Yes, she does not understand her. Now, in case you don't get where Diadem is coming from, I mean, throughout this season, Caroline has honestly confused us. Yes, she has both been cold and hot, and we got to know that okay, this is as a result of her processing all her hurt and all that she has been dealing with for years when it comes to when it comes to dabota and the rest. So okay, we've seen that. Now, a part of me would say that Diadem has kind of been influenced by the issue happening between Caroline and dabota. Yes, definitely she has her own issues with Caroline, but they are not that deep. So I feel like her own stuff is coming from this whole dabota thing. Although for me, Diadem's reactions are valid, yes, because Caroline has said a lot about her. For example, 2,500 naira bouncer. She has also insulted her. So I mean, it's 1-1. Now, for this dinner, I mean, we cannot see a dinner without wahala. and this dinner she'd actually got real. Yes, I mean, Dabota was talking about how Caroline should talk. After all, Caroline should get things off her chest. She had called her a snake and all that. And Caroline was talking about how, I mean, there's a lot to say that Dabota and Diadem, yes, have gossiped her. They've said a lot about her and the rest. See, guys, what is the definition of gossip? The definition of gossip that I know is talking about someone behind the person's back. That is what I know to be gossip. So this whole thing of gossip. Yes, for me, both Diadem and Dabota have gossiped Caroline. The same way Caroline and Miriam have gossiped Dabota and Diadem. Yes, some gossiping have happened there. So, especially with Diadem. So, when Caroline was talking about how Diadem and Dabota have gossiped her, I'm like, baby girl, calm down. What are you talking about? Because from what I know, you have gossiped these ladies too. So why are you offended that they gossiped you? For me, it did not make sense. And then Diadem started going off and Diadem was shouting, yes. And I like one thing that Diadem did. She had brought in Miriam. We all know that Miriam has had a lot to say. I mean, Miriam right now is denying that she never gossiped waiting be her name, Diadem, but we know it's a lie. I mean, Miriam spoke with Caroline, telling Caroline that imagine Diadem was shouting. Who is Diadem shouting at? That is gossip now. Meaning you're too big for Diadem to shout for. Diadem too small to shout for your body. That's one of the things that she said, and that's gossip. So Diadem was right when she said that these ladies have gossiped her, but she has just been quiet. Now, Miriam has stated it again that she intentionally wore what she wore. And she said all she said. And to Diadem's face, she stated that she was sorry, that she had a wardrobe malfunction. That was why she came late. Whereas that was a big lie. So now Miriam is on the defensive. Yes. And at the end of the day, we got to see Caroline and Diadem basically telling each other how they don't care about each other, how they don't rate each other, how they want nothing to each other. Yes. And while that whole talk was going on and all, Sophia then wanted to talk, and Caroline has stated that she was done with the conversation and she wanted to walk away. And trust how Sophia can be pushy, and Sophia was like, no, I'm talking, so allow me talk. And Caroline remained seated, and then while Sophia was talking, I mean, Dabota has stated that she has something to say and she was going to go after Sophia. Yes. And for me, I was like, okay, if Dabota talks, we will get a part 2 of that fight, because I don't think we've seen the end of that particular fight of episode 9. Now, when that was done, and I feel like Caroline just calculated in her head and she's like, nah, I'm not going to be seated for this. And she walked away. For me, it was rude for Sophia. Yes, at least Sophia was talking. Wait till Sophia finished talking. Sophia is your host. Wait till she finished talking before you walk away, so that we know that yes, you walking away, you are directing that to Dabota. Right now, for me, the walking away was directed at Sophia. Moving from that, we got to see Caroline and Miriam having a conversation, yes, in the room. And Caroline had apologized for walking away from the ladies and all. And then she had explained to Miriam where this whole animosity and all is coming from. Now, accordingly, she has stated that during Miriam's tea party, that was where she saw that Dabota was part of the ladies. Now, seeing Dabota reminded her of her past hurt and all that, of things that she really hasn't healed from. But she was like, okay, she and Dabota need to sit down and talk things out. And that was why she had stretched an olive branch to Dabota and had invited her to her house, just for Dabota the next day to call her and let her know that, I mean, she's not feeling too well. She sprained her ankle, she's in so much pain, and the rest. And then she was like, okay, she would go to her house. Now she went to Dabota's house and she saw that Dabota was fine, she wasn't hot. Yes, and then she saw Ehi in Dabota's house in her kitchen. Now for her, she felt like Dabota already knows that there's a problem. Dabota already knows how she felt about Ehi because Dabota knew about the whole her husband's situation and all. So Dabota is in the know. So why will Dabota, knowing fully well that she had stretched an olive branch to her, wanting to settle, yes, wanting them to talk about their issues, and then Dabota will bring Ehi to be in the house? For her, it did not make sense, and that was like a turn off. And also seeing all those things, like even her trying to like stretch an olive branch and all, it wasn't working, and that was where all her anger and all started from. So this is her explanation as to why she was acting that way and why she's acting the way she's acting now. Yes, for me, I feel like there's more to this thing, and I feel like both ladies are not ready to actually open up what is actually wrong. And for me, I feel like other parties should stop adding their mouths. They should leave these two ladies. Now, then really know what's in the up. Now, then really know what's up. So they should handle their business. They should handle themselves, because this looks deeper than what we are seeing. At least that's what I think about all this. Moving from that, we are seeing that Laura and Diiadem had a conversation. Yes, and Laura was actually talking about Caroline in a sweet way. Yes. And guys, I must commend Laura for something. She had taken accountability for her fight with Caroline. Yes, she had told Diiadem that she provoked Caroline, and basically when you provoke someone, you cannot dictate how the person will act. Yes. And for me, I was like, Laura has really grown up. Yes. And Laura is taking accountability for her actions. Now, also, moving from that, I mean, Laura had lied though, guys, because Laura has stated that Caroline had never spoken bad about Diiadem. And I'm like, Laura, I know you're trying to smooth things over, but why the lie now? Because I remember that Caroline in your front had called waiting be her name, Diiadem, a 2,500 naira bouncer. Yes, and this whole thing, this whole stuff between Caroline and Dabota is, or sorry, Diiadem, is as a result of this whole Diiadem being upset that the ladies do not come on time, and Caroline being offended with that, because for Caroline, she felt like she updated Diiadem. So why is Diiadem so pissed? That is where all these issues started from. That's why I feel like this Dabota, this Diiadem and Caroline's fight is not even a serious thing. Both ladies can actually sit down and have a conversation and just be done with it. But because Diiadem and Dabota are close, and then there is a fight there, so I feel like that is one of the things influencing this fight between Diiadem and Caroline. Their issue is not that deep, for heaven's sake. And production, they are the re-instigators, because when Laura lied that lie, if you see how production quickly brought back that 2,500 naira bouncer video, I had a good laugh. Yes, well, Laura had good things to say about Caroline, talking about how Caroline is not bad, she's good and all that, and talking about how Caroline talks about Diiadem and her business in a good light. Now, Laura had encouraged Diiadem to give Caroline a chance and that they should talk things over. Yes. Whereas for Diiadem, in her confessional, she has stated that, she had tried to know Caroline and it has failed. So now they are just cordial. Now let's go to the last scene that I'll talk about on this particular video, which is the scene of Sophia private collection viewing for the ladies. in this particular scene, we are saying that Caroline has stretched an olive branch to Diadem, yes, irrespective of the fact that both ladies had done the whole I don't rate you, you don't rate me, you are not this, you are not that. They had come at themselves while they were there. I mean, we had seen that Jocelyn was there and she was just talking about Dabota's makeup brand. Yes, I think the eyeliner. Now, when she was talking about it and all that, that Dabota did not introduce her friend's business also to this lady. And let's look at it. They are friends, yes, but they are also competitors. Yes, they are in the same industry. So definitely, I will not introduce you for to a brand that I know that will market my own brand. You understand that kind of thing? So it was Caroline because and Diadem, sorry, did not say anything. It was like Diadem was in the background. She did not say anything. And for me, that is an opportunity for her to shine. That is an opportunity for her to market herself. So seeing this, Caroline had stepped in saying that, okay, this is Diadem, and she had introduced Diadem's makeup brand. And that was when the lady had picked interest and I started talking to Diadem and all that. For me, Caroline had done a good thing for Diadem, irrespective of whatever issues that these ladies seem to be having. Yes, however, Diadem in her confessionals wasn't having it. As in, Diadem was talking about Caroline, who's saying you. Who's saying you? Why are you my mouthpiece? Yes. I mean, Diadem was offended that Caroline had done what she did for her. And I'm wondering, why are you offended? If you see true, more they talk true. Leave anger, more they talk true. Right now, Caroline has done you no wrong. In fact, Caroline is trying to push you and your brand out there. So why are you offended that Caroline did what she did? Because in all honesty, I did not see waiting be her name, Diadem, doing it. I did not see her pushing her brand forward. Because the way she sat down there, it would have been awkward. So for me, Caroline did the right thing. Well, Diadem is still angry because if you listened to what she said during the dinner, she said that she has been hearing all the things they've been saying about her and she has been quiet. So that is it. When you're quiet for a while, when you're quiet, you bottle up things, and when you now want to explode, the explosion will not be bad. Yes, and you might now overreact. So that's the situation that I feel like these ladies are having. Yes, and then we can see that it seems that we are going to finally have Miriam talking later. Yes, because for this particular season, I mean, Miriam has not said anything to anybody's face. She has not. So I am glad that we are going to see that on Sunday. Well, that's all I have for you guys on this particular video. Please share your thoughts about this particular episode with me in the comment section below. I love you all. Thanks for watching. Thanks for always being here. You all are the very best. Bye, guys.